Hello, beautiful people. It has been a while since my last video, and actually this is going to be half a video for love relationships that the videos I normally do with boss together, and how it will be like for my own business. But the thing is, it's a topic that I think I have more. I don't know if I have more experience in it than boss, but it's just a topic I have been spending a lot of time with. And actually, I just got inspired to do this video because I keep attracting people in my life that are dealing with that topic, and therefore I thought, well, let's just do a video, and I really want to share with you my story and how it went for myself. Today I'm talking, I will totally, like you can read it in the title, I'm talking about soulmates, about twin flames, about dual souls, however you want to call it. They have many names, they have many forms, and if you are looking in the nets, you're finding a gazillion information about it, and also sometimes they really don't even look like each other. So people get easily confused about it, and actually I'm still confused, and I have been reading many books about it. I have been talking with many people about it, and to be honest, I never found the one solution. Just what I can tell is that I come across over and over and over again with women. I never came across with a man, to be honest, but with women who are like bound to their soulmate or like twin flame or however they call it, and are not able to get into another relationship because they're bound to this one man and somehow it's not working with that man. And then there are really books about the whole runner situation, about like they're always like two opposites, like one who wants to keep the man, and mostly it's the man who runs. Like mostly the women wants to keep the man, and mostly the man runs and is denying the love. And there are several phases like the twin flames go through, and really there is so much information about that. And what I see that many women keep stuck in that situation because all these books tell you you just have to see it through, you just have to stay there, you just have to wait and love yourself even more and be more with yourself, give the self that you have yourself, not all to him, and in the end he will come. He will come when you don't need him anymore. And there are tips and tricks and all out there on the market how you can get him back. And why am I telling you this? Because I was one of these women. I was one of these women. I mentioned it already before, I was in an almost 8-year-long on-off relationship with that man that I considered my twin flame, soulmate, dual soul, whatever. And I got this confirmed over and over and over again. And the problem is when you are in that state where you feel so desperate because you feel so much love for that person, and there is something very special. I don't deny that there was something special, and there is still something special between him and I. When you feel that you want to put it in some kind of in a box, you want to have a label on it, and this has helped me massively. And I also wanted to get confirmation about it, and it was the reason why I got in contact with many mediums, with people who were psychic, and everybody kept telling me, yes, he is your soulmate, yes, he's in the runner phase, yes, he will eventually come back. And this is why I stayed so long in this so extremely unhealthy situation for myself. And we really had good times, but most of the times, let's be honest, it was just very painful. We mirrored each other so many fears, and he was the best teacher that I have ever had in my whole life. Really, I owe him so much, and I know that I could not be with Boss today the way I am. I just couldn't be with Boss, point, when I wouldn't have had him before as a teacher. So I'm so grateful for these 8 years that I had hardcore, like teaching about self-love, about coming into my own power. And this is also why I do this today, because like this pain was so big, I really had to step up and get into my self-love and giving the love that was denied from me to myself. This is what I learned there. But and so therefore it was a great time, such a nurturing time, and I wouldn't miss it. I really am so grateful because, as I said, I wouldn't be here. But at the same time, I would probably do things differently But, well, I couldn't do it back then. Because I see when I talk to these women now, like, there are women coming to me and telling me, I don't want to let him go. But I see their whole lives are dependent on if he's here or not, if he's in love with me or not, if he's running or not. Like, the whole happiness of these women are dependent on the relationship between them. I was there. I was exactly there. I mean, I was even living with the man for a year. And I was this relationship. There was nothing else but this relationship. And when we were good, I was good. When we were miserable, I was like devastated. And therefore, I had no life on my own. I was the relationship. And everything in my own happiness was dependent on that relationship. And whenever I tell these women now that, yeah, look at your lives, isn't it like that you're so very much dependent? I totally get this rejection of women. And because you don't want to hear that. I didn't want to hear that. People, like my friends, they almost, I couldn't, in the end, I couldn't talk about this shit with anyone anymore because they were so fed up, and I so get it. I so get them that I couldn't hear the old same story over and over again. And they were all like, why don't you just leave this guy? Like, I mean, seriously, it's not working with you guys. So why are you keep still hanging on him? And I think nobody who hasn't been there understands this well, because there's such a deep knowing that you have to learn something, or something is just there. And I think it's just helpful to know, even if there's something special, if you're having the feeling, if you're one of these women, perhaps you're a man in the same situation, your woman or your boyfriend is running from you, whatever, and you have the feeling that your whole life is dependent on this relationship, and it's really, really time to look into that, and how you can cut the cords, in sense of you can never cut cords of love. I don't believe in that. But how you can regain your self-worth and your self-love and your self-esteem, because this is what I did over these 8 years. And at one point I don't know, I just had enough, and I felt like, is this really the relationship I want for the rest of my life? On, off, no, you're not, yes, you are, no, you're not. And then I realized, no, I love this man, but I don't want this kind of relationship. I want somebody who really is there for me. I want to feel supported. I really got clear about my core desired feelings, about how I wanted to feel in this relationship. And I didn't feel like that at all in almost no state of the relationship. Even if we were good, I was always, because I was just used to it, that when it was too good, like, he was leaving again in a few, like, I just could count to 10 and he was gone again, So it was just not good. We just were not a match as a relationship. And therefore, I really wanted to get free, because I knew I deserved something better. But still, this love, I couldn't cut the cords, in the sense of I couldn't get rid of the love. But what I did back then is I didn't want to get him out of my life. I just said, okay, you have a place here in my heart. And I accept that you're here. You can be here as long as you need to be there. It's okay. But at the same time, I want my own happiness, and I want a man that truly can give me the love, and where I can give that. Because the problem was also I couldn't give the love properly. He couldn't accept my love. And of course, somebody cannot accept the love when he cannot give the love to himself, and he cannot accept the love when, I don't know, because I was not pure neither, because there was so much neediness in that too. But therefore, I made this bargain with myself and with his soul, actually, to give him the space in my heart. And as long as it needed to be there. And at the same time, I also said to myself, to universe, to God, to whoever, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to be happy. I'm ready for this epic relationship I have always been longing for. And that's when the magic happened. And I felt all of a sudden like, my friend had this beautiful picture of when you're releasing the water from a bathtub. It's like this, you plunge out this, I don't know how to call this rubber thing, and then the water goes. And somehow you cannot plunge that on your own. You just have to wait until a live plunge, it takes it out, and then the water can go. And all of a sudden, it just released it. And I felt so much peace around him. And it was just good. It was just over. I knew I love him, but in a total different way. And I mean, today I can totally say I would never want to be with him again. Like, never. Like, I love him, but more like a brother now. It's like, it's something very special. It's really something special. And we all had it all. We had the dreams, you know, that people always are talking about. We had this connection. We had this everything. We had this, like, we had so many dark and light experiences. It was a very spiritual connection. We still, I don't know, now at the moment I don't feel it that much anymore. But back then, really, he was dreaming stuff I never talked about. Like, I never told anyone from my youth. He had the dreams that how stuff happened, and I was dreaming stuff that happened through his day and stuff like that. I mean, like, yeah, of course you believe that has to be, you have to be together as a couple, but no, you don't. We really don't. And I feel now so much more peace when I think about him, and we still are friends. I mean, like, when I was in Switzerland, I even met him, and he has a wonderful new girlfriend. He's very happy in his relationship. And I can see that he really now found his freedom too, and he really changed, and he could really release this stuff too, and me too. And I mean, like, this love, this relationship that I have now with Boss, I mean, like, this is not even comparable with the stress that I had back then, with this constantly having to, ooh, I was always like that, and always like, oh no, now what he's saying now, and oh my God, and whatever, like, my whole life was dependent on what he did and what he did not, you know? So this is my story, and I'm sharing this really to just show you it's a journey. And if you are stuck in this situation, just know, I know that you probably don't want to hear my words, and every story is different. Not every story has to end like mine, or like ours. But I just would invite you to open up a bit, in sense of perhaps life has other possibilities. Perhaps I stick to something very old and I think this is it, but actually it's not. And I'm standing in my own way to happiness, and I'm standing in my own way to freedom, and I'm standing in my own way to meet the real soulmate, or the real man who can make me happy and fulfill me the thing. Because we're actually all looking for this specialness, for this connection. We're all wanting back from where we come from this unity. And this is what we feel with our soulmate. We expect to feel this unity again. And sometimes when we have it, it's so intense and so beautiful that we just want to have it all the time. And perhaps he is not the right fit, because I can totally 100% say everything that I was looking for in this other man, we had it like partially in little moments. I have with Bas like a gazillion times more, and in a other quality. It's like not this drama, it's more this beauty. It's more the being. And I know this doesn't sound very attractive to you right now when you're still in this passionate, and believe me, Bas and I have enough passion and enough drama still. But it's different. It's like his yes is clearly here and he's not running. And my yes is clearly here too, and I'm not running, even if it fucking hurts as shit sometimes. And it actually feels the same like with this other man, but just without the whole he loves me not thing. Or he doesn't want to be with me thing. So life has more to offer than just one man. And I know you don't want to hear that because you think this is so special, you just don't want to lose it. But perhaps you just open up and say, okay, universe, life, God, however you want to call it, if there's something else for me out there, please guide me. Please open up, please. Because I really was like, I was expecting a miracle every single day. And I said it, I was reading the Course of Miracles. I read so many things. This is why because like this love was the reason why I went on my path, also on my spiritual path. And therefore I say, I thank it. I thank the pain. I thank this misery. This like, oh my goodness, I went through so many dark places in this time. Also like friends who don't want to speak with me anymore because I was this. Yeah, and I was also lying then later because I felt like, oh, I don't want to talk about it because nobody understands me, and they're not that spiritual, and they never experienced it, they have no clue what they're talking about. And yes, perhaps they did not know what they were talking about because they never realized it, or experienced it. But even I now, who has been there, who has totally embodied this, what's the opposite of the runner? The catcher? No, there was another word. I don't remember the runner and clinger or something like that. I was embodying this clinging person in all ways, seriously in all ways. And still, this is now my experience, what I learned from it. And it doesn't make this love unreal. I don't say that love that you are experiencing is unreal. I don't say that. It's totally real. And love is always real. But perhaps you're just not meant to be together. Perhaps you are, but perhaps not. So therefore, I ask you to open up to possibilities and not to like have running around with this horse with these things and not to see left and right and just don't want to hearing other opinions. And also just don't go to 1,000 mediums, because I have been told that I'm going to marry this guy. I have been told that we're going to have kids together. I've been told so many things. And I'm actually have learned to be a medium for angels as well. I don't call myself a medium. But what I've learned about it is that nothing is set in stone. Nothing is set in stone. So you have the free will to change your stars. And I really chose for my happiness and for my soul's mission. And I was there as long as I needed to be. And and now I'm not there anymore. And I'm so grateful that I chose, that I dared to think, feel bigger, and to ask for a miracle. And to get out of this relationship that really kept me as a prisoner of unhappiness, I don't know. I felt so miserable sometimes there. And at the same time, I learned so much. So there is duality as well again. So this is what I wanted to share with you. If you have any questions to that, please let me know. I'm gladly sharing everything about it. And yeah, so much love to you. And please share this video when you have a friend who's like perhaps can is in the same situation and can like take something out of that. And please also subscribe to our channel and subscribe also to our love letter, because especially when you're interested in love relationships and love relationships, like this is what we do. And for the moment you get the whole Into a Man's Mind series for free, where Boss is sharing, like I collected all kind of questions from women all around the world that they had about men, and he is answering very, very honestly stuff about sexuality, about relationships, about, for example, also the rejection part of the man, about porn, about everything. So you get this all for free if you're subscribing, and you also get some updates when we're having a new video out, for example. And yes, this is it. Have a wonderful, this was now really German, Boss, if you see that. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.